Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to be showing you the best physical and special rock type attackers for Tera raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm going to be showing you a 6-star raid with a physical attacker and then one with a special attacker just to show you how good they are. Now the first Pokemon we're going to be using is the physical attacker Tyranitar. If you can't get Tyranitar, you can use Iron Thorns because Tyranitar is version exclusive, and the held item you're going to want to be using is the Metronome. I'm going to show you how to get that right now real quick. Now if you fly over to Levincia North, once you're here, you just want to head right over here to the Delibird shop. Once you're inside, click battle items, scroll down until you get to Metronome. I want you to buy 2 of those, which will cost you 30,000. Okay, so put your first Metronome on your Tyranitar or your Iron Hands, whichever one it is you're using. Make sure your Pokemon is a Tera type of rock. And for your physical attacker, you're going to want to put the EVs into HP and attack, and you're going to want to use the Adamant Nature, which is up in attack and down in special attack. Now the moves we're going to be using are Rock Slide, Screech and Iron Defense. Fourth one doesn't matter too much, use whatever you like. Now that we found a 6-star raid that we're strong against, let's get straight into it. Could be a bit tricky because of the Yawn and Stomping Tantrum, but we should be fine. First thing you're going to do is use Iron Defense. If they're a physical attacker, this will reduce the damage you take by a lot. Next turn we're going to use Screech, which will reduce their defense by 2 stages, and then we're going to use Screech again, so we're on -4 defense. And just because we've took no damage, I'm just going to use Screech one more time. Usually you would start attacking after 2 Screeches, and now we're going to start using Rock Slide. Now you're not always going to hit with Rock Slide, it has got a chance to miss, but unfortunately there are no powerful rock moves that are 100% accuracy. So we've done quite a bit of damage with Rock Slide, and now we're just going to keep using it until we get our Terrestrialized. So that's Rock Slide number 2, and that's Rock Slide number 3. Now look out for the opposing Pokemon removing all your buffs, because if it does that, you're going to want to set your Iron Defense up again if it's a physical attacker. And now we can Terrestrialize because we're nearly on full health. Now let's see how much damage this does. Hopefully nearly takes the shield out. It takes the shield out, and if it don't reduce any of the effects, it reduces all the negative effects, so we're going to have to use 2 or 3 more attacks. Now we're going to use Rock Slide again. Now it's reduced all our buffs and reduced all his negative effects, so we're going to have to use 2 more attacks. That's 1, and that's the second and final attack we will need to use to finish off the Titan. Not sure whether I pronounced that right, and we had half the time remaining. Now that I've showed you the physical attacker, our special attacker is going to be Glamora. It doesn't matter what ability you use too much, because Toxic Debris doesn't really do anything in raids, and Corrosion, the ability where it lets you hit Poison and Steel type Pokemon, wouldn't really do anything either, because you're always going to be super effective against the Pokemon if you have all the Pokemon from the past videos as raid Pokemon. Now the item we're going to be using is the one you should have bought earlier, the Metronome. You're going to have a Rock Tera type. You're going to want to have the Modest Nature, which is up in special attack, down in attack. EVs are going to be in special attack and HP. Our moves are going to be Power Gem and Acid Spray. The other 2 moves we're going to have Acid Armor, and the other one doesn't really matter. Now let's get into the 6-star raid. Now this raid could cause Glamora a bit of trouble because we are 4 times weak to ground type moves, so Stomping Tantrum is going to do a lot of damage, so we need to use Acid Armor straight away. So on the first turn we're going to use Acid Armor. If they're not a physical type attacker, you don't need to worry about using Acid Armor, but because we're 4 times weak to it, we're going to use it twice. As you can see, that's doing next to no damage now. Now we can start using Acid Spray, which reduces their special defense by 2 stats. We're going to use that once, we're going to use that a second time, and then we're going to use it a 3rd time, so their special defense is on -6. Unfortunately it did put a shield up, because now we're going to Terrestrialize and do a lot of damage. We would have been able to take it below 1/3 of its health if it didn't put the shield up when it did. Let's see how much damage it does now. So we have Terrestrialized, and now we're going to use Power Gem. It does about half of its shield and damage. It's removed its negative effects from itself. Now unlike Screech, Acid Spray is an attacking move, so it can break through the shield and reduce that special defense by 2 stages still, so we're going to use that as soon as it removes the negative effects. So we've just used that a second time. Now we're going to use Acid Armor because it's just reduced our defensive buffs, because we're not 4 times weak to it anymore, we're just going to use it once, and then we're going to use Acid Spray one last time. Now we're going to use Power Gem. That should do a lot of damage because it's on -6. It's nearly killed it. Next turn we should be able to finish it off. And its shield's gone. Now the trick is with Glamora, always keep the opposing Pokemon on -6 and you should output a ridiculous amount of damage. And now we're going to use a Power Gem one last time to finish it off. And that's the 6-star raid done. And we even got a Mystica. And those are the best physical and special rock type Pokemon on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for Tera raid. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video, and I'll catch you on the next one.